What's up, guys? It's Gothalion, and we're back here in Borderlands 2 to talk about Borderlands, the pre-sequel. Now, there's been a lot of screenshots and videos going around at E3 the last couple of days that I've had linked to me over and over and over, and I've seen them, and I've been waiting to do a video because I wanted to see what the fallout was, to see if developers answered a few questions about said screenshots, and they haven't. And what am I here talking about? I'm talking about the Herald showing up in one of the videos, and B, a SMG that has the same skin as the bitch, but it is called the Fatal or Fatal. I'm going with Fatal. And there's been some speculation that the bitch had its name changed because 2K Australia was censoring it. And I don't think that's the case. Australia has censorship against mostly violence. That's what they have the censorship against. But I don't think Gearbox is going to send a title to Australia and have it changed. Especially things like key weapons that have been a bitch since Borderlands 1 and were called a bitch since Borderlands 1, even in Australian releases. Even in Australian releases. If it was good enough to make it through to the Borderlands 2 release, a Borderlands 1 release, there's no reason that the Australian studio will take it upon themselves to change it. So I don't think that it's being censored, but I'm not saying that's not possible. It's all possible. I'm here to talk about how I feel about these weapons. I'm not saying that any of this is impossible. I'm not saying the Herald's not in the game. It very well could be in the game. It would make sense for them to bring back maybe a couple Legendaries, but not all of them, just key ones that are fan favorites. But I want you guys to take this with an absolute grain of salt. I don't want people to get overexcited for returning weapons, for like a Neogenator or a bitch or a Herald or anything else that you loved in Borderlands 1. I don't want you to get too excited and feel like it's coming back in Borderlands the pre-sequel, and also weapons for Borderlands 2 coming back to Borderlands the pre-sequel. I don't want you guys to get yourself overexcited and jump on some sort of speculation train. Speculation is fun, but I still want you guys to think about it realistically as we move forward. I'm not a developer. I can't say what's in there, but all I can tell you is my opinion on what is going on right now. In my opinion, is that there are beta and alpha skins for weapons. Every weapon has a skin. If you removed the skins from every weapon in the game, most of the Legendaries would still look like other weapons. Most of the Legendaries would still look like other weapons. In fact, most of the Legendaries use nearly exact models to other weapons. What sets them apart mostly is their unique skins. Now, since we are in an alpha and beta build of the game, it is far from going gold. Borderlands 2 did not technically go gold until about 3 weeks before launch. Borderlands, the pre-sequel, comes out on October 14th. I don't imagine that it will go gold until the end of September. What does gold mean? Gold means that the game is finished. Everything is done. All the textures are done. Balancing is done. It's being printed on discs. The version that we are seeing at E3 is a beta build. It might even be what we call a developer build, which is technically like a beta or alpha, but it's basically what they use to test in-game. Now, I feel like 2K Australia is pretty clever. They've already taken some suggestions that the community's had to heart and made some changes, like being able to inspect players and bringing stuff like butt stomps and the ice element, and they are clever. They are figuring out and doing things that Gearbox has not done yet. I think 2K Australia is also clever enough to hold a number of cards close to their chest. They're sprinkling in a few gun cards like the Fatal and like the thing that looked like a gub, but in my opinion is not a gub. It very well could be a gub, but in my opinion it's not a gub. I feel like they are holding things close to their chest. It is not impossible that they are using guns from Borderlands 2 inside Borderlands the pre-sequel, considering it runs on pretty much the same engine, and it would be really easy to pull these guns, these powerful weapons, into Borderlands the pre-sequel to give people nice gameplay demos. Also at the same time, certain guns that show up and are new guns might still have skins from the old guns, because say, new pre-sequel specific weapon skins might not exist yet and probably are not finished. Things like gun textures, most area textures, are things that get done last. Things like animations and mechanics are the things that get done first. So it is entirely plausible that none, if not most, of the skins are completely finished. I think I've only seen one new skin in any of the previews for Borderlands the pre-sequel. Lastly, I want to bring up a point that before Borderlands 2 came out, in alpha and beta builds, we did happen to see TDR assault rifles, which is funny because TDR assault rifles did not make it into Borderlands 2. That's because this was an alpha and beta build. So, I'm not saying the Herald's not back. It could be. It very well could be. We've seen it playing in the engine. I'm not saying the bitch isn't coming back and is having some sort of ice melt element, because it very well could be. And I want you guys to speculate that. My friends speculate about that. I have no issues with that. The point of this video is to say, take it with a grain of salt. Don't get yourself too excited. Don't say something is 100% confirmed until you see it drop in front of you inside Borderlands the pre-sequel, or until we get an actual note from a developer saying that yes, we are bringing back X Legendary and Y Legendary and Z Unique. That's all I'm saying, guys. Don't get overexcited. Feel free to speculate. I'm speculating a lot myself, but I'm also leaving it open for maybe this isn't what's happening, because I don't want to get myself excited for something that's just not there. Personally, I would prefer that none of the Legendaries come back and everything is new. I still believe that the old weapon system is there, but we've already seen that there are new prefixes and parts being added to weapons, which is cool, because there's been some prefixes seen on weapons in these videos that weren't in Borderlands 2. Will these prefixes make it in the game? Maybe, maybe not. It's still alpha and beta build. Anyways, guys, that's my rant on this subject. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you back at Borderlands the pre-sequel.